Hello everyone. In the last class we introduced the oscillations and we specifically mentioned about the simple harmonic motion. So we also derived the differential equation for the simple harmonic motion, and in today's class we'll derive the expression for displacement, velocity and accelerations for object which is undergoing simple harmonic motion. So a simple harmonic motion is the periodic motion of a point along a straight line such that its acceleration is always towards a fixed point in that line and that is proportional to its distance from that point. So it is a to and fro motion of the object about an equilibrium position. So you can see it here. So at the equilibrium positions, the velocity will be the maximum and the acceleration has fallen to 0. The simple harmonic motion is the characterized by changing acceleration and that is always directed towards the equilibrium positions and is proportional to the displacement from the equilibrium positions. So that is the characteristic features of a simple harmonic motions where the force or acceleration is always towards the equilibrium positions and it is proportional to the displacement and it is in opposite direction. So the acceleration should be proportional to the displacement but it will be in the opposite directions. For a particle P which is undergoing the simple harmonic motions, let x represent the displacement of the particle, then the differential equation of the simple harmonic motion is d square x by dt square plus omega square x is equal to 0. We derived this one in the last class where omega is equal to square root of k by m, which is the angular frequency of oscillations, where k is the force constant and m is the mass of the body which is undergoing this simple harmonic motions. The displacement of the particle can be obtained by solving this differential equation. So in order to that, let us consider the general solution of the equation which will be of the form x is equal to alpha e raised to I omega t plus beta e raised to minus I omega t, where alpha and beta are two constants which can be determined from the initial condition of the physical systems. So we can expand this e raised to I omega t as well as e raised to minus omega t using this de Moivre's theorem, so that x is equal to alpha into cos omega t plus I sin omega t plus beta into cos omega t minus I sin omega t, or x is equal to alpha plus beta cos omega t plus I into alpha minus beta sin omega t. Let this alpha plus beta is equal to c, a constant which is of the form a sin theta, where a is the amplitude of oscillations, and similarly I into alpha plus beta is equal to d, which is equal to a cos theta. So that we can rewrite this equation number 4 as x is equal to a sin theta cos omega t plus a cos theta sin omega t. From this expression we can get the expression for the amplitude of oscillation as well as the phase. So the equation 5 is we can rewrite as x is equal to a sin omega t plus theta, where a is the amplitude of the oscillatory systems and theta is the initial phase and omega t plus theta is the new phase of the system. From the previous expressions, we can get the expression for amplitude, which is A, which is equal to square root of c square plus d square, since c is equal to a sin theta and d is equal to a cos theta. The expression for the initial phase also can be obtained from this expression, that is sin theta by cos theta is c by d, or tan theta is equal to c by d, or theta is equal to tan inverse c by d. This gives the initial phase of the system and omega t plus theta will give the phase of the system at a time t. This equation represents the displacement of object which is undergoing simple harmonic motion. Now we will derive the expression for velocity of a object which is undergoing simple harmonic motion. So we have the expression for displacement, which is x is equal to a sine omega t plus theta, where a is the amplitude of oscillation, theta is the initial phase, and omega t plus theta is the current phase of the system. So on differentiating this displacement expression, we can get the expression for velocity, that is v is equal to dx by dt, which is equal to a omega into cos omega t plus theta, or this can be rewritten as a omega into square root of 1 minus sine square omega t plus theta. From this equations number 7, this can be rewritten as v is equal to a omega into square root of 1 minus x square by a square, which is omega into square root of a square minus x square. So this is the expression for velocity of an object which is undergoing simple harmonic motion, where a is the amplitude of oscillation and x is the displacement, which is the arbitrary displacement at a time t. So from this expression we can see that the velocity is 0, which is minimum at x is equal to a, where a is the maximum displacement, which is the amplitude of oscillation. So at the extreme position of the oscillation, the velocity becomes 0. So the maximum value of velocity is a into omega when x is equal to 0, which is at the mean position. So the body is undergoing this simple harmonic motion about a mean positions. So at mean position, the velocity will be maximum, which is a into omega, where a is the amplitude of oscillation and omega is the angular frequency of oscillations. So this maximum value of v is called the velocity amplitude. The expression for the acceleration of an object undergoing simple harmonic motion can be obtained by taking the second derivative to the displacement. So we have the expression for displacement, which is x is equal to a sine omega t plus theta. When we take the second derivative to this term, it will be a is equal to minus a omega square into sine omega t plus theta, or which is minus omega square into x, that is acceleration is proportional to minus x. So which is the condition for the simple harmonic motions. We define simple harmonic motion as, so the object is undergoing a to and fro motion about the equilibrium position, which is having a restoring force which is proportional to displacement but is in the opposite directions. So the force or acceleration is seen to be proportional to displacement but in the opposite direction, which is this a proportional to minus of x. The acceleration should be maximum when the value of x is maximum, that is at the extreme position, which is plus or minus a, which is the amplitude of oscillation. So this a has to be capital A, and the acceleration is 0 when x is equal to 0, which is at the mean positions. So the acceleration value is 0 at the mean position, which will be maximum at the extreme position, whereas in the velocity is maximum at the mean position and it is 0 when x is equal to plus or minus a, which is at the extreme position. Now the time period and frequency. So the time required for one complete oscillation is called the time period, and which is related to the angular frequency as t is equal to 2 pi by omega. So we can use the expression for omega, so that 2 pi into square root of m by k, where k is the force constant and m is the mass of the body undergoing these simple harmonic motions. Now the expression for the frequency, which is called the number of oscillations per time, which is obtained as nu is equal to omega by 2 pi, where omega is the angular frequency, that is 1 by 2 pi into square root of k by m. Now we have to graphically represent these different terms such as the displacement, velocity and acceleration of the particle vibrating simple harmonically with respect to time. So we have the expression for displacement, x is equal to a sine omega t plus theta, where A is the amplitude. Consider that the initial phase theta is equal to 0, so that x is equal to A sin omega t. Now we have to consider different t values, that is t is equal to 0, then we can consider t is equal to t by 4, which is the 1 by 4th of the time period, then t is equal to t by 2, then t is equal to 3 by 4t, and t is equal to t, which is the period of oscillations. We can see that at t is equal to 0, sine 0 is equal to 0, that is x is equal to 0, which is 0 displacement. And when t is equal to t by 4, since t is equal to 2 pi by omega, we can see that omega is 2 pi by t, capital T. So we can substitute for t is equal to t by 4. You can see that x is equal to a sine pi by 2, which is a sine 90, which is a, which is the amplitude of oscillation. So that is the maximum displacement. So then again at t is equal to t by 2, x should be equal to a sine pi, which is 0. We can see that at t is equal to 3 by 4 t, again x is equal to minus a, and at t is equal to capital T, x is equal to 0. So from this we can see that the maximum amplitude is either plus a or minus a. So x is equal to plus or minus a, which is the amplitude of oscillation. Similarly, we can represent velocity. So this is the expression for velocity, which is v is equal to a omega cos omega t plus theta. Again we consider theta is equal to 0, which is the initial phase. Now at t is equal to 0, then it should be v is equal to a omega into cos 0, which is a into omega, which is the maximum velocity. So at t is equal to 0, velocity is maximum, which is a into omega. Again at t is equal to t by 4, this will be a omega into cos pi by 2, that is 0. So v is equal to 0. Now at t is equal to t by 2, the velocity is minus a omega, and at t is equal to 3 by 4 t, velocity again becomes 0, and when t is equal to t, velocity becomes maximum, which is a omega. So we can see that velocity is maximum at t is equal to 0 and t is equal to plus t, which is a into omega. So the velocity of vibrating particle can become maximum at the mean position, that is the position about which the body undergoing oscillations. We have converted this expression in this format in terms of displacement, and from this we can see that the velocity is maximum at the mean positions, that is at x is equal to 0, which is same as we see here, that is x is equal to 0, v is equal to omega into a. And also we see that the velocity becomes 0 at the extreme positions, that is x is equal to plus or minus a. So at x is equal to plus or minus a, velocity v should be equal to 0. In the similar fraction, we can obtain the variation of acceleration with respect to time. So this is the expression for acceleration, which is equal to minus a omega square into sine omega t plus theta, which is minus omega square x, which is x is the displacement. So this will vary in a similar fraction as the displacement, but in opposite direction. So at t is equal to 0, acceleration should be equal to 0, since sine 0 is equal to 0. And at t is equal to t by 4, this will be minus a omega square, which is the maximum accelerations. At t is equal to t by 4, the amplitude is minus a omega square. And at t is equal to t by 2, the acceleration should be is equal to 0. And at t is equal to 3 by 4 t, the acceleration value becomes plus a omega square, which is also the maximum amplitude of accelerations. So we can see that this acceleration, the variation of acceleration is in a similar fashion as displacement, but in opposite direction. From this, the acceleration of the vibrating particle is 0 at the mean positions, at that is at x is equal to 0, and it is maximum at the extreme positions, that is x is equal to either plus a or minus a. So the maximum amplitude of the acceleration is minus or plus a omega square. From this graph we can see that the velocity is ahead of displacement by a phase angle of pi by 2, whereas the acceleration is ahead of the velocity by a phase angle of pi by 2, or by a phase difference of pi between the acceleration and displacement. And when the displacement has its greatest positive value, the acceleration has its negative maximum value, or vice versa. Okay, thank you.